So today I thought I'd come on here and chat with you guys and do an unboxing of Gucci sneakers I recently bought. It took me months to get the right one, several sizes, and a lot of research. So I bought these a while ago and I plan on doing this video, but I felt like it was just really bad timing. With everything our country is going through right now, there's a lot going on in everyone's city, including mine. I thought, you know what, this is a good time for them to just catch up on the videos that I've done. And it's really not important, the sneakers that I have. Who gives a flying rat's ass? So now that things calmed down a little bit, I thought maybe it would be a good time to do it if you guys are looking to invest in these or just want to know a little bit more about them. And then I have a couple of places that I go to get these type of products that are a decent price, so you don't have to pay full price. I ended up paying full price, that's another story. Okay, so, and that's about it. I don't know, like, it's a beautiful day. It's really cool out today. Really cloudy. It's not like a layout day. It's just a nice, like, sit on your patio, have some coffee type of morning. I'm in New York State. We opened up and I went and got my nails done. I did the dip. From far away, they look okay. You guys, it was a shit show. You know, things have opened up, but it has been miserable. I don't even know if you guys don't want to see this, skip through this part, you don't want to hear me talk. We should have just like a coffee combo. Look at, I got my iced coffee right here. I buy the reusable cups and the straws on Amazon, and then I go to like my grocery store and they sell the Starbucks iced coffee, so you can just have it if you don't have time to go to Starbucks, so you don't feel like going. Okay, so you guys, went into the nail salon, and when you have to make an appointment, you got to call and make an appointment. Most of the nail salons here are still closed. Some of them got the PPE grant, so they were able to open up, meaning they got like the plexiglass and the sanitizers and the cleaning supplies and everything that you need. And they had a huge sign outside that it said, please call when you're here for your appointment. So Mom and I get there, we call, and it said, please wear your face covering when you come in, go directly to the sink, wash your hands, sign in, and then sit down for your service. And so instead of it being like two people at a station, like me sitting next to somebody else, it's just one person at each station. Everybody's like 6 feet apart, no waiting room. But then people, like, as we were there, people were like just coming in, and I would have locked the door. And the lady was getting frustrated. She was like, no, you have to wait outside. You can't just come in. And then they'd come in like 20 minutes later. Hey, did you call me? Because, you know, they're running behind on clients. People haven't gotten their nails done in so long, so it takes a little bit longer. They didn't put a base coat on my dip. She just kind of went right into it with the color. She made them really thick. She did like 3 layers. She's like, ooh, I did them really thick. And I'm like, I've been going to her forever. I'm like, and I love the place, don't get me wrong. And I was like, yeah. And then the problem with them doing them really thick was she didn't have time to buff or file my nails at all. She just started putting on the top coat, and the top coat was a new top coat. And these products have been sitting for a while, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm playing with my hair. These products have been sitting in the salon for like, you know, months. We closed down early March and we just opened up. It's almost July. So she was using this OPI top coat on the dip, and usually she just uses the Kiara Sky, lets it dry, and that's it. And this woman, I love her dearly, but when she sees Danielle come in, she's like, ooh, I'm going to try something new. And she always puts on some crazy new top coat that doesn't work. I don't know what it is. Like, she did this one gel one, and it was just peeling. I'm like, I don't know why I go back. I really need to find a new place. It was not a good experience. So then it started bubbling up, right? I know these are like ridiculous problems to have, and I can't even believe I'm telling you this. It's not that I'm complaining. It's just there's a point to this whole story that makes sense. So it kept bubbling up. She kept taking it off, buffing them. She's like, what's going on? And finally she just got so frustrated she walked away, went to another client. Another client was like, I'm from Florida. Can you do a fill on my nails? And she's getting a pedicure. And my lady was like, no. She's like, you didn't make an appointment for a fill. You only made an appointment for a pedicure. You guys can only be in here an hour at a time because that's the New York State guidelines. We can't have people in here just waiting around congregating. And we're not doing any fills at this time. Like, just going to get a pedicure, and if you want something, you have to take the polish off and get a whole new set kind of thing. And this girl was from Florida. Now, Florida is getting really high numbers, and they come to New York and come into our nail salon. I'm like, oh my gosh, this must have been how Florida felt when all of us New Yorkers went down there. It was just like, it felt wrong. It felt like I was breaking the rules. It felt like I shouldn't be there. My mom is like, I don't go out and do anything, so my mom's like, come on, let's go get our nails done. Let's do something nice. I mean, it's been 4 months. March, April, May, June. Yeah. Like it is nice to get out there again and feel like you, but even when you do go out, my point is when things are opening up, it's not open. It's like everything is, there's so many restrictions on everything. It's such a pain in the ass to go anywhere or to do anything. I still just order online. I'm glad for the businesses that they're open. Like I like to support small businesses. You know, my nail salon was a new salon before COVID. It just opened like in maybe December, and then it had to shut down and reopen, and they were like, you know, I asked them like, do you guys feel comfortable? And she was like, yeah, we should be open, but you know, if we had closed down a week or two, gotten all the PPE that we needed, and then reopened, she goes, we could have survived a little bit better. You know what I mean? She was kind of like, you know, there was no need for months of shutdown, but we didn't know what it was going to be. Our numbers were really high in my city. So that's my first story, because the reason I'm telling you this is I bought a house, as you guys know. The construction is finishing up. We're just working on the floors, and really that's it. And I just need to get my couch, which I ordered, which has been sitting at Ashley's Furniture for the last 4 months. So I got appliances. I got a grant for my home because it was a vacant home, and I wanted to do some remodeling. So I got $20,000 from New York State for free to remodel my home. And in that grant set aside for to go towards my appliances. So I go to Lowe's to buy the appliances because I'm just about done with my construction and I want to do the final inspection and be done. And my inspector was like, well, the appliances have to like be in and set up. I'm like, okay, so go to Lowe's, buy the appliances, and everything's hunky-dory. Lowe's goes to me, well, we're not going into the home to install them or to set anything up. So what? Well, what are we going to do? He's like, well, we'll deliver them to your front lawn and leave them there for free. Lucky me. I said, well, I have a washer and dryer in the basement. How am I going to get that old one up? And it's going to go to my aunt who owns a restaurant. Like, I have to get it up the stairs and then get the new ones down there. I can't lift all that. Like, I can't. I'm like 5'2", 90 pounds soaking wet. Like, I can't lift a fridge. And they were like, yeah, I don't know. And now we're in phase 3. And I'm calling Lowe's every day. It's just ringing. No one's answering the phone. I'm like, what is going on? I can't get a hold of anybody. They're still not delivering it to the home. My rehab lady was like, I can't release the money to you, though, until there's like some kind of delivery date. So 2 weeks go by. My mom and I just go into Lowe's, and I'm like, I'm just going to return the stuff. My aunt calls me and happens to tell me, oh, yeah, you didn't know Lowe's is closing. I was like, I didn't hear that. She's like, yeah, they're laying off employees. They're closing stores all over the country. Like, they're closing down. So here I am thinking like Lowe's and Home Depot have been like the only places open this whole time making bank, and apparently they're both struggling. I was like, okay, well now I better return my appliances because I don't want to be stuck with all these. And I wasn't totally in love with all my appliances. Like, if you guys want a video on that, how I stayed in a budget with appliances, I can show you and talk to you about it. So I ended up going online, and we looked at all the appliances at Home Depot, and I actually was able to get my appliances one step up at Home Depot. And there was a 4th of July sale like there is for all this kind of stuff. You know, couches, get all that stuff during like Memorial Day or 4th of July or Black Friday because they'll always have a deal. So I opened a Home Depot card this time. I didn't put anything on my credit card, and I purchased all the appliances, and these ones I really do love. I got like the washer and dryer in black. I know that doesn't matter, but I liked the color, and a sanitized cycle, which is cool. The fridge has an ice maker, which at Lowe's it was like $1,000 more. So got all my appliances. They're all ready to be installed July 6th, so I'm excited about that. And the install was like $30, where at Lowe's, if they wouldn't install it, I'd have to pay a plumber, and my plumber would cost me like $100 to install all this stuff. You know, it would be so much more expensive. So it was kind of great. Like, I was like, oh wow. And my whole order at Lowe's was $3,500, and that didn't include install. Include all the hoses and everything, but not the install. So remember, you still have the hoses and the install you got to add in. So I was like, you know, I went to everything at Home Depot, got all my appliances a step up, and it was $3,700, and that includes installing everything, moving my washer and dryer for me, putting everything down there, everything, hoses, tacks, nicer appliances. So I do owe like maybe $800 of my own money, but I had savings for it. I was expecting to owe between like $500 and $700, but I'm on a very strict budget, as I told you guys. So I don't know if you guys want to know more about that, I can tell you. But I'm telling my lady, my rehab lady, my house rehab lady in Manhattan, who's in Manhattan. I'm telling her, like, she's like, I thought everything was open. You shouldn't be having all these problems. I'm like, listen, I wrote this long ass email that was thinking about it now, like I probably shouldn't divulge that much, but I was like, look, reopening is not really a thing. It's like, you know, they reopen and everything's still at half capacity. It's still like hard to get in. You're still waiting outside. You're still wearing a mask in 90-degree heat. They still have less employees. There's a lot of people that left their jobs. There's a lot of people that left the area. There's all kinds of stuff. Oh, she's just emailing me now, my lady. I'm like, you just don't understand what reopening looks like. I said, wait till Manhattan starts reopening. They're in like phase 2. They were like a couple weeks behind us. I said, it's just not what you think. It has been hell buying a house in a pandemic and trying to rehab it. I said, it's just been really hard. And I said, you know, do you think you can, my fridge is on back order. It's not being installed till 8/3, and I have the whole, you know, I had everything when they're coming in. And she's like, we'll give you the money. We'll make an exception for the fridge. There's a date, you know, we see that. And she's like, I get it. And I'm like, it's hard. Like my mom works for the water authority here, and she's working at home through September. They're not going in. I have another family member that works for a court, and those courts aren't open. My other aunt works for a place where, you know, the courts are open, but it's like such limited traffic in and out, and you stagger your employees. I mean, it's just crazy. And this is why I don't see how they can open schools, because of all this stuff that's going on with everything else. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild here. Reopening just doesn't mean much. Things are still so crazy. So, anywho. There's a couple of new, I'm a teacher, as you guys know, but there's been a couple of new positions opening up within teaching, like getting out of the classroom. I think I told you, I don't know if I told you guys, but I kind of wanted to do that. And now with COVID and everything and not knowing where things are going, I've been teaching now for 9 or 10 years, and I'm ready to like get out and do something a little bit different. It's like being a courtroom attorney and not having to go to court anymore. You know, some attorneys like that, you know, it's just not being in the spotlight anymore. So I love my job, but it's going to change so drastically. The things that they're asking us to do, like if we have a sand or water table, bleaching it every day, sifting the sand, just crazy stuff, you guys. I probably should have made this a separate video. I don't want to cut this all out, but due in like a month. You know, having 10 kids, my program is run on a grant, even though I'm with a public school, so the grant has to be fulfilled, and now I'm like, what's going to happen? Like I'd like to be out of the classroom, and they have some instructional coaches for pre-K that they're looking for, where you go in and assist other teachers. So I'm like, really like to do that, but I want to keep my hours. I work 7:30 to 3. There's other schools that go like 9 to 4 in my district, so I'd really like to keep the early schedule. Or being an attendance support teacher, and that just you go into schools, you're assigned certain schools, and you go in and just monitor kids that have chronic attendance, and you support families through that, and you can keep your hours at that job for sure. So I don't know. I'm looking, like, since COVID hit, especially with my career, I've just been really thinking about it and wanting to move in a different direction. And there's been a lot of retirements, obviously, because of everything. I think school's going to be a shit show, opening up and all this. So we'll see. I'm ready for a change. I think that a lot of people are. COVID opened up everybody's eyes. Anyway, with that being said, I've had my eyes on these Gucci sneakers for probably about, I would say 2 years. 2 years. So I went and tried them on a year ago, and I ended up buying these Louis Vuitton loafers, and I'll insert a picture, and they were like $5.75. They were like, I was really surprised they weren't going to be more than that. They were really cute. And so I got those instead of the sneakers, and then I was supposed to take a trip, and that got canceled. So I was kind of like, I have a little bit of extra spending money that I came into. I got extra like money back in my taxes and stuff, and so I was like, this might be the time. I've been fortunate enough to be getting paid this whole time now too, so otherwise I would not have bought these. But I went to Joma Shop. I don't know, I think I told you guys about Joma Shop, but it is a store located in Brooklyn, New York, and they specialize in like watches. So they have all kinds of watches and sunglasses and things like that, but they do sell some sneakers, some flats that are high-end, and everything's kind of half price. So I'll insert a picture of the sneakers that I bought from them. and I ordered a 7. They sent me 6.5, and I don't know if they did that on purpose or if it was by accident, but they were huge on me. They were so heavy, I couldn't walk in them. For a small, petite person, they're not very attractive. My mom was like, no, those look ridiculous on you. And my ankles were like, the next day they were sore from lifting my feet. I probably could have gotten a 6 in those. Be careful. I mean, I think if you're a taller girl, if you maybe have a different stature than me, you might love these. The reviews on these were outstanding. Everybody loved this type of sneaker, which is why I went for it. Everybody said that it was true to size, which wasn't true for me. I'm a size 7 in all my shoes. I probably could have gotten a 6 in these. I got a 6.5 and they were huge. Probably even a 5.5 to be honest. So be careful with the reviews on these sneakers. But they were really good. Like everybody's like, and they were comfortable. I had no problem with them. They were comfortable. They were just like so overwhelming for a little person. So I bought them for like $600 and they retail for about $1,000. So I returned them and I went to the actual, like I read a lot of blogs and sizing of Gucci sneakers. I went to the actual Gucci website and I purchased these. And I'm so happy I did. I'll insert pictures for you guys so you can see me wearing them. These are the shoe. And they're just like the really popular tennis white sneaker shoe. What I liked about these ones were, and these ones were like $6.50. The other shoes, if you didn't get the ones with the heart, if you just got these that just have this plain on them right here, they're $5.90. I got mine on the actual Gucci website. Century 21 sometimes has these for a cheaper price. Like you're looking at $5.21, and same with Joma Shop, but it's very rare and you have to buy them that day or they go out and they never come back. Like I've seen them at Century 21, not this exact style, but sneakers that are like this, they go out so quick. And I think they just have the 2 G's on the side are the ones that I've seen. And they have new ones that are navy and red too. I almost got those. So they're kind of like bowling shoes, somebody said. I'm like, oh my gosh. These are a size 6. I'm normally a size 7 and they fit perfect. I can slip them on. They're so comfortable. I wear them without socks. I liked the heart because I think it breaks up the white and the amount of space that's from here to here, which kind of made them look like bowling shoes, but these do not look like bowling shoes at all. And for like an extra, like, I don't know, $50, I was like, I might as well do it, you know? I have worn these all over and I have not been disappointed. They are so comfortable, very lightweight in the summer. The leather is absolutely amazing. Some people said they saw a lot of creasing, like right here. And like I said, I just got these a couple weeks ago and I've worn them maybe 3 or 4 times. I don't notice the creasing too much. I mean, it is there. The leather is just a very smooth, comfortable leather. So that's going to happen. I don't mind the wear. Like, you know, when you have a Louis Vuitton bag and the handles change color, I mean, that to me just shows ownership, right? I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, or Louboutins that have the red bottom and people are like, oh my gosh, and the red wears off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that though. So this is my first pair of designer sneakers. And probably the only pair I'm going to buy. So I was really happy with the hearts. They have ones with stars and arrows. And then they have ones that are just plain with nothing on them but the stripe. And then they have ones with a B right on the stripe. So they have all different kinds, but I really liked these. They look really hot on, if a sneaker can look good. Now, I tried these on in Gucci a couple years back, and I think the ones with the heart just, for me, or like some design on them, kind of look better. They just kind of give the shoe a little bit extra, less bowling, more girly girl, if that makes sense. So I read a blog when I looked these up, and the girl had these on, and they just looked very delicate, very dainty, not overpowering. Like the ones I try on in Gucci that were just plain kind of like reminded me of almost like men's basketball shoes, if that makes any sense. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. They looked funny on me. These ones do not. And I don't know if it's, like I said, the heart and design kind of breaks them up, makes them a little bit more girly and less lengthy on my foot. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. So they were laced kind of strangely. I don't know if you can tell that. I should have laced the top part. I just didn't, because I just slip them on and go, and I was just in a rush. but I have gotten a lot of compliments on these, and I paid, like I said, I paid $6.50. So, and I got them from the actual Gucci store because I had to return the black ones I bought, which I show you the picture of those Gucci Raython. And of course it was during all the riots in New York City, and they were going to Brooklyn, so my fingers were crossed they were even going to get there. And the first day they got there, the store was closed, and they didn't leave them, thank God. And then 2 days later, I called them, and I'm like, oh my God, it literally took like 7 days to return these shoes. So I was like, when I order my next ones, I'm going to go to Gucci, and I'm going to get a size down. Like I said, I ended up going with a 6, and I was really unsure about that, but I'm really glad I did. So I would size a whole size down. So they were a 36. Yeah, this is the what they say, Microsoft. So yeah, so I'm really happy with them. I would definitely recommend those if you're looking for, you know, a higher end price shoe like that. I know that Louis Vuitton makes some, and they're really cute, but they're so much more expensive. So I'm happy I went with those. So it's kind of a short review. Like I said, I'll insert pictures, and then insert pictures of like the Joma Shop site if you guys want to go there. I have a pair of Gucci sunglasses from there. They're legit. It's a great site for discounted. What else can I tell you guys? I think that's it. I thoroughly come on here and just said my piece about life. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope everything's going well. You guys are getting through this. I mean, what a crazy time. And it's crazy because like here in New York, people are starting to just kind of come out. I have a couple of people I know that are retiring that have been really good to me in my career. And they're having like a happy hour. Our bars aren't open yet or anything, but it's like a restaurant, and it's outside. And I'm like, it's June 30th, and I'm just so anxious. Like, I don't really want to go because I'm like, you read all those horror stories about people going out to happy hour and then everybody getting it. And you got to wear your masks, and you have to socially distance. Like, there's so many rules here. You have to be 2 bar stools apart from somebody. Even if you come from the same household, you can't drink at the bar. You have to go like sit down at a table to drink. They remove bar stools, truthfully. A lot of places. You got to wear your mask whenever you're walking through a restaurant. The only time you don't, you can pull it down like to eat. So and then people are going around, and like people who don't think we should be open, or who are just drama starters, are going around to bars and restaurants and salons, and they're taking pictures of things that they're not doing. Or if there's like, there happens to be a moment where there's too many people in a salon, like more than 4 or something, they'll take a picture and send it into New York State, and they're blowing bars and restaurants in, and then you can lose your liquor license. So it's serious. And you know, we should be careful. You know, you look at what's going on in Arizona, in Texas, in Florida, even Oklahoma, you know, like we should be careful. We should be doing all these things. We should have been doing it before, but I think it's just really hard for the general public to wrap their mind around it and to adhere to the guidelines. Like the nail place. I'm like, you guys, there's a huge sign, and you guys keep just walking in here and standing in here. And then my nail people have got to stand up and say, listen, out. It's by appointment only. We will call you when it's time to come in. And they got to have a pad, write everybody's name in order and their phone numbers, and call them. And if they're not willing to wait and want to go somewhere else, that's fine, because it's not worth losing your business or your license over. Or having an outbreak where you have to close down and you just can't recover a second time. You know, I mean, a lot of the new nail salons I want to try too just aren't open, so you know they probably didn't get the PPE. But they just have to be strong and say, like, I'm not going to let other people pressure me. I want to make money. I know I have to, but I can't leave somebody's nails like this, like for what we pay. I almost was going to take them off. I actually bought this stuff online. It was like $20. And it's supposed to be like vegan, non-GMO, like super good for you. Who knows if it is, right? And it was from this website called Common Bunny, and it's like a drop. You put a drop on your nail. It looks like nail polish. And it's supposed to just dissolve any powder or gel you have. I saw Nicole Guerrero using it. And then you don't have to soak your nails in acetone, because that was destroying my nails. So I'm trying to see if that will help them grow. or help them with using this stuff, because I'm like, I want to take these off now. They're just so bad. And they're not like shaped. Like she didn't really shape them, and I'm really bad at that. So I went home and I'm like trying to buff and shape my own nails and putting a top coat on. And then they didn't dry properly because I probably didn't do it right. But, and because like she made a huge gap in between my nail and my cuticle, so they're like growing out faster, I'm like, I can't. I'm trying to be normal and it's not working. And then, you know, you feel guilty for going out or doing anything. I mean, there was lines of thousands of people in front of a TJ Maxx by my house. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not standing in that line. Like, it was nice in the nail salon because it felt calm. There was nobody in there. We went in for our appointment. But then, of course, it gets busy and people just get anxious. And, you know, Florida's rules are different than New York's. And you have people from all over. I mean, this is how this stuff spreads. I don't know. I'm like thinking, this girl from Florida, what are the odds, is now in our salon here in New York, and you know, you just don't know, like, how did this person get here? Like, you know, do they have it? I don't know. It's crippled a lot of people too that I know. Like, a lot of people are like afraid to go out and do anything. There's some people that haven't been out this whole time. Like, they don't go to the grocery store. They get everything delivered, and I haven't been one of those people. No, it's been a while. Maybe I know you guys like makeup videos, but I feel like, not that this matters, I feel like whenever I put them up, they get like 20 views. I'm like, do people really like the makeup videos? I don't know. I do. I know that that's what I go to, and maybe those videos just in general don't get a lot of views, but I don't want to be like putting something up if you guys are like, nah, I don't want to see it. Like, I go on YouTube just to watch makeup videos. I'll turn the volume down, watch a show or something, and have that going on, and all the time. I love watching people just do their makeup and hair. Sometimes hauls are good too. I like those, but then sometimes that's hard because you want to like buy everything, and you know, I feel like we're all kind of being a little bit conservative right now. You're gonna see though, and I don't know, I maybe I'm wrong, like a huge influx of new beauty like vloggers and Instagrammers that are going to become popular. I think companies are looking for a lot of people, a lot of new people. I just think controversy right now with Instagrammers and YouTubers is not something that beauty companies want to see or deal with. Like, you know, with everything going on, all the hate going on, people want just something refreshing and new. Okay, my camera shut off, so it's telling me to shut up and leave. Okay, so anyway, leave me a comment below if you like this video or things like this. Thumbs it up so I knew, and if I get anything more that maybe like this that you guys want to see, I can put it up. It's just been talkative because I haven't seen my cool eye. I was thinking of doing a video of like quarantine favorites that I can't live without. Like, through this whole thing, there are some things that I had to buy and things that I would have for next time in case we shut down again, like in the winter or whatever happens, who knows. I don't think they're going to do that again, but I don't know. So I was thinking of doing a video like that. There's been a lot of products that I'm like, I lived with such less, but this is what saved me during this whole process. So I could do that for you guys. I don't know. And I hope you're all staying well and healthy, and you're being safe, and love you. And I miss you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.